Alrighty, what is happening, fellow pioneers? Yo, yo, yo. Give me a sound check if you're just coming into the room. I want to get a sound check. I can check it here on my iPad. Might actually be able to take my sling off if I'm just sitting here. Question is are we live? Are we actually live? Well, that looks good. We got some people in the room already. Oh yeah, the picture's nice and clear. I turned the camera around. Hey, what's up, Andreas? FaceTime me, buddy. We'll talk. The sound is good and the picture is good. You know, I realized that if when I'm streaming off my phone like this, if I take off the selfie camera, wow, the picture is so much better. What is happening, Don Scott? How you doing, Slack? Andreas, my real life friend. OC Eats, Anthony, how you doing? Randall Gauss, my buddy Slack again. Makato Warrior Gamer, Das Jiro, how are you? Don Scott, and the sound is good, huh? Scott, how you doing, Slack? Yes, the sound is good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually a little bit fucking hot. I want to take off this shirt. Maybe I can get away without wearing this sling. Because I'll tell you about the sling and shit in a second. Give me 1 second, guys. A little pregame here. Yeah, it was too hot to have that shirt on. All righty, my friends, let's get the show on the road. What is happening, fellow pioneers of human transportation? I'm Yogi Steve. You're watching ESA, the Electric Scooter Academy live stream, the VOROMOTORS podcast number 90. I can't believe we've been doing this for so long. It's been 11 weeks, right? We do 8 a month. That's 88. We're at 90. Wow, almost a year. Thank you, VOROMOTORS. Thank you, Melvin, the owner, for sponsoring this twice weekly podcast where I just initially kind of tell you what's going on at VOROMOTORS, what products have you got for sale, if there's anything on discount, any questions or anything you have about the scooters. And then we just bullshit for like an hour. I'm set up in my gym today. I'll show you guys the gym at the end. I kind of always like to show you that stuff. But today what I want to go over is we're going to look at the legendary Emove Cruiser scooter. This is like my favorite scooter in this class. There's no best scooter, but in this sub $2,000 class, I really love my Emove Cruiser V2. And on my other side, I haven't got my Hooga Daytona back. Now, for those of you guys who are really interested in seeing content, yeah, Andreas, you haven't heard about my collarbone yet, my shoulder. I'll talk about it in a minute. I don't want to talk about the medical stuff until we're done with the scooter stuff, but I'll be okay. Surgery next month. So my buddy Jason, thank you, Jason, who I've known from my group rides for over 3 years. I lent him the Hooga Daytona for a couple of weeks. He got a lot of good road footage for us. He gave us his thoughts about the scooter. He generally liked it a lot. Some pluses, some minuses. Talk a little bit about that today. But I want to give you a good close-up look on the Daytona because one thing about it is like visually, it definitely is special. I'm kind of known for saying that there's really nothing new in the scooter world, right? But at least visually, and as far as like, you know, people use the word beast for scooters almost too much. I think this is like the first true beast scooter. You're gonna have to be pretty competitive to make a scooter as beastly as this Hooga. But we're gonna go over all the specs. I'm going to give you a general idea of what my buddy Jason thought about it. Hey, what's up, Christian Velez? Vegan cookies, good reviews. Known you for a while. Yeah, Yogi with the broken wing. The guy, how you doing? The podcast just became a strip show. Throw those dollars. Throw those dollars anyhow. Hey, there's Trini G from the Caribbean. He's actually saying greeting from Barbados. Headed back to Trinidad tomorrow evening. It's good to see you, Trini G. I always appreciate you hanging out and watching the stream. So VOROMOTORS, if you're looking at any bikes or scooters, you got to go to VOROMOTORS. I can do most of this off the top of my head at this point. The VOROMOTORS vehicles that I ride, I ride certain vehicles from Voro, but I also have my academies. Make sure if you are looking at these vehicles that you go to my Facebook group. They're academies. I have Emove. We'll go over one at a time. First, Emove Cruiser V2. Now I have the all-wheel drive, which is the front and rear motor version. And I really don't recommend you buy the single motor version. I recommend you save up the money, get the dual motor version. It's more than twice as good. Single motor scooters, they have more problems with their controllers. They have more problems with bigger riders. They have more problems going up hills. Dual motor scooters are where it's at. Once they put a second motor into this Cruiser V2, man, it's my favorite scooter. It's the scooter that I'm looking most forward to getting on. You would think I'd be more excited about getting on like the big Speed Demon, but I've driven these types of scooters for 6 or 7 years already. Now I like a scooter this scooter it's easier to drive when it's small and comfortable like this. Sure, the Emove Cruiser line has its ups, has its downs, but any problem you have with it, it's already been diagnosed. This is the new frame, the V2 frame and configuration with the hybrid tires and the super tall stem, and love it. It's much better than the original version. I actually have behind me, see that door behind me, that's the bathroom, which we never use. I use it for storage, but I have a first generation Cruiser sitting back there that I just using it for parts. My apartment is fucking filled with too many scooters. So the problem is right now is I'm not going to be riding for a couple of months, right? I'm probably not going to be driving until optimistically January, maybe even February, but that's not forever. And I'm going to be, so I have to store these scooters in my apartment now. Now this scooter came to me with the battery already wore down. Battery maintenance and taking care of your batteries, you're not supposed to like leave them fully charged for long periods of time. And I generally charge my scooters right after I ride them, knowing that I'm going to probably get on that scooter the next day or at least that week. But now I'm in a situation where most of my scooters are going to sit. And a couple of my scooters have full charges. So this Cruiser V2 actually has a full charge on it. So to protect the battery, what I'm going to do is at one point during this podcast, you can't see it, but on the floor here, I have my riser. And I'm going to put this scooter on there and we're going to click some miles off it. We're just going to put the cruise control on it and let it drive by itself. The interesting thing is, so I'm here, I'm wearing this sling, right? And this is like, it's almost like it's optional. When I'm kind of sleeping and walking around the house, I'm okay without it. The doctor told me not to really take it off. But when I have the surgery for this, I'm going to be in like a different type of sling where I won't be able to move this hand at all, probably for a month. It's going to be stationary for a month. So the little things that I want to do here that require my second hand, I can still do. So I want to make sure before I'm completely incapacitated for a month that I ran all my scooters all down. So we don't have to even pick this scooter up. I have a lift for it. But we'll talk a little bit about proper battery maintenance. It's not a good idea to keep your battery fully charged if you're not riding it. I don't actually really know why. They say it degrades the battery. I don't know the science behind it, but they say that you should store your battery at 50 to 80%. If I could just click off a couple miles on this Cruiser, I'd be fine with that. I don't want to run it forever on the lift. Hey, what's up, Michael? Silent but Electric. How you doing? Select says, is vertical streaming better for the algorithm? Absolutely. I actually paid for StreamYard, which is the, where I can go on there and I can run captions and we can share video. And I still have that. But for some reason, the YouTube doesn't put that out in the algorithm at all. These vertical streaming, I guess because they're kind of pushing short form content, is kind of the main, I get the most views on there. I mean, this podcast is kind of like is a very like stagnant. It's not exactly growing. I'm very lucky to have a good network of you guys that come on here and always hang out with me. Oh, look who's here. Bishop, come here. Come on, we'll come say hi. Come on, jump. Hey. All right. So this is Bishop, not named after like a religious figure, but my dogs were primarily named after characters from Aliens. My other dog before she died, her name was Ripley. Yeah, Max was just, he passed too. Max came to me with the name Max. But yeah, Bishop we've become really close since he's the last man standing. We've discussed it about whether or not we should get another dog. I don't think he wants another dog. I don't think he cares. He wasn't really that bonded with the pit bulls. It's easy to get a dog out here. I actually have some friends that have dogs that want me to adopt. But I think I'm just very happy with a single dog here, giving him a lot of attention. When this dog dies, you're going to have to put me in an institution. I've been saying that's a joke I make every time, a stupid, dark joke. But he's a really good dog. He's a real lap dog, as you can see. All he wants to do is sit. I'm going to have to kick him off of me for a second, though, because I do want to get a bong hit and drink some coffee. Enjoy some coffee late in the day. Hey, thanks for the 99 cents vegan cookies. You're going to get me rich $1 at a time all these years. Christian Velez. All right, so people are asking me about the arm. So what happened is okay, hold on, more scooter stuff first. So I do have a Hooga Daytona Academy. Not a ton of content out there. These scooters are basically brand new. The big content creators have theirs. But I have footage coming out, what Jason did, which I think is just the best test of this scooter. I'm going to tell you some pluses and minuses, but one plus was he drove it from here to downtown, which isn't really that far. It's like 10, 12 miles, but it's a hard ride. The roads are hard. And he said it did really good on the ride there. And then on the way back, he got on his Ultra B, I think it's called. It's like one of the nice Surons. And he came out here with his girlfriend. His girlfriend rode the Daytona back from downtown to here. They're pretty hardcore. And then they both got on the Ultra B and took the Ultra B home together back downtown. Thank you, Jason, again, for doing these reviews. But I think one of the best ways to test one of these scooters is to take it on a long ride like that, you know, downtown to Hollywood, Hollywood to downtown. So he said the ride comfort was amazing. I think he says that he reached about 60 miles per hour on it. He didn't max it out. Some of the route I've seen people already on YouTube getting it to 75, like an odometer off their phone, like a real GPS odometer. What are you crying about? Why are you being a bitch in front of all the people? But so it does have a good top speed. He didn't max it out. He did say he felt like there was something wrong with the power, like it was, for some reason it was struggling going up hills. He says it might have something to do with the way the controller is dialed in. I mean, I won't really know about that until I start doing deliveries on it. So I'll be back. I'll do deliveries on it. I'll give you more of an opinion. But I have at least probably 2-3 videos worth of footage of Jason and his girlfriend riding this scooter. He rode it during the day. He even rode it at night. He rode it all over the place. And he's a very hard rider. But he brought it back to me in really good condition. It looks very nice. But I'm very excited to ride it. Can it compete with my, right now I have 3 awesome stand-up scooters. I love the InMotion RS. You guys know that InMotion RS 2.0, ESA Midnight's the bonus code. Use the link, $200 off that scooter. That scooter for $3,500 is a really, really, really good deal. InMotion had some problems with the first release. They came out with the 2.0. They upgraded the systemic problems with the motor cable wires and the app. So I really like the InMotion brand a lot. Now, right when I dislocated my shoulder, it was actually on my PEV Run 7260. We looked at that last stream. I like that scooter a lot. It reminded me of like a better version of Dualtron. It had better suspension. The stem was super, super stiff, super easy to adjust. And I'm looking forward to doing more miles on that. I actually have Tevron 7260 video content coming out. I did like 3 videos that I haven't put out yet before I dislocated my shoulder. So other scooters from VOROMOTORS, obviously there's the Roadrunner line, the small kind of sit-down bike / scooters. Emove Roadrunner Pro, no longer on the market. Emove Roadrunner Pro 2 is coming out. And apparently that's going to be 72 volts and 40 amp hours with options, I think, for bigger or smaller batteries as far as amp hours go. That's coming out probably early, mid next year. It's going to be a while before that comes out. I think the V2 is no longer in production. A small version is the V3. That's like the V2 with the pedal set and with shocks. Very, very cool little scooter. Very cool dual motor scooter. I put a lot of miles on those little V2s and V3s doing deliveries. I'm looking forward to getting back on those. Don't forget, if you're looking at a Roadrunner, make sure you join my academy, Emove Roadrunner Academy, okay? The guys on that was really my first academy, and that's the one that really, tons and tons of people on there. Everybody's really smart. If you have a problem, the answers are all there waiting for you. Hey, Paul Cromwell, how you doing? Linder Min, what's going on? How are you? MTBSE, asking about my arm. I will tell you guys about the arm. I talk about it each time. I try not to, I don't want to talk about it too much. It gets a little boring, but in a little bit, I'll tell the story of the arm again. Paul Cromwell says, Emove Cruiser V2, rocking hard. Is that in the UK? Is that flag is? Absolutely love the product. Once suspension sorted. Did you upgrade your suspension? I know you're able to upgrade your suspension on these Cruisers. I never have. I know what you mean, though. Like, I actually check the nuts and bolts on the suspension to get loose pretty easily on this thing. So every time before I go out, I sit down with my Allen wrench kit. I check all the suspension bolts. Did you put the upgraded kit on there, Paul Cromwell? Can you mention something about suspension mods for the V2? Perhaps your thoughts on the steering lock mod or removal. I don't know anything about the mods on it, to be honest with you. I think Ginger on Wheels probably has more answers about that for you. He sells a lot of those products, too, for these scooters. But I know about the shocks. I don't know what they're called. I know they're really easy to do. Like, whenever you do a shock replacement on these scooters, they're very easy. It's relatively easy to do. But I haven't modded it myself. This is just everything is stock. Linderman says, Armageddon. You can see the guns, huh? Yeah. Randall Gal says, I've used my Emove Cruiser as my winter scooter the last 2 winters. Gets a lot of abuse and is one of my most dependable scooters. Yeah, Randall knows a lot about these scooters. He knows what he's talking about. But yeah, with winter coming up, I know a lot of you guys are going to be, you're not going to be able to ride your scooter, right? So you have to put it into storage. So you probably should run your battery down to 50 or 80% before you store it. Since I'm doing a short-term storage on these scooters, at one point, I'm going to take this Cruiser here. We're going to put it on the lift, and we're going to ghost run it for just a little bit. Just try to run a couple miles on it just to get the mileage down a little bit. All righty, I think we should. I think it's time to light the smoke machine and drink some coffee. I'm not going to play music anymore, guys, because I noticed that with the way the sound system is set up, the music isn't really that good. Hey, Gypsy, how you doing? You bought a new one wheel? You're one of those guys with a one wheel? I hope you wear a helmet. So many of these guys don't wear helmets. All right, so first, let's do bongate. Let's drink some coffee, and I'll come back and I'll tell you what happened to my shoulder for those of you guys who don't know. All right, first, a little bit of coffee here. Make sure this camera's running pretty good. Oh, yeah, we're looking pretty good. Yeah, you guys know the only time I allow myself to drink coffee later in the day is when I do these streams. So I perk myself up a little bit. 4 or 5 o'clock, it's already the end of the day for me. I've been playing online poker all day today. I made $40. Woohoo! Better than losing. Yeah, online poker has really been my savior. Sitting around, otherwise I'd be just sitting around watching TV. I don't even know what the hell I would be doing. But very lucky to have online poker. I play in WPT Gold. I should probably stream a little bit. I've just been like a little lazy with it. Like once you add the streaming element to it, it makes it a lot more work. And I'm grinding, kids. I'm grinding like 6, 7 hours a day, every single day, not taking any days off. I know you guys want to see the rig, right? Nice. Big hit. A lot of you guys know that I grew out a crop recently, a good crop of weed, and I haven't, and I'm not growing right now. And I got 6 ounces of weed out of it, and it's been lasting me fucking forever. It's crazy. I'm not smoking that much though. I've been dealing. A lot of you guys know I have this fucking tinnitus. I mean, everything on me is falling apart. So I've been kind of cutting back a little bit for different reasons. But all right, so let's see here. Andreas, the sound is it looks good and sounds really good. Very good. I appreciate it. Chexologist is asking me how the arm is now. Oh boy, I'm excited for the winter. It was addictive. I rode one till my toes literally went numb through 2 layers of socks. I hear you, man. Riding this fucking one. Hey, Mysterio 71. It's good to see you, James. Coming in late. I don't want to miss saying hello to you. And Gypsy, hope you're doing good. You got the new one wheel. Oh, Randall Gauss, you have a first gen Cruiser with the dual motor. That's fucking genius. You were able to put that together. Okay, so what happened to my shoulder? I mean, I tell this every time. I feel like it might get boring, but whatever. You guys, not everybody's here for every stream. So I was out on the Tevron 7260. Very excited to be on this scooter. I was on my 3rd shift. The advantage of the 7260 is the 60 amp hour battery. 7260, 72 volts, 60 amp hours. Volts generally indicates acceleration, top speed, and torque. Amp hours generally indicate battery length, battery size. And those numbers somehow work together as well. I'm not really sure. But 72 volts, extremely fast. All the big scooters are 72 volts. This Cruiser here V2 is a 60 volt, but 60 amp hour battery. That's novel on the Tevron 7260. So I was very excited about it because one of the limitations about these scooters is I can really only get 25 or 30 miles out there, which can be anywhere from like 3 to 5 hours. And I usually make like $100 in that time period. So if I want to make $200 or more, I have to do double shifts. I have to gas out one scooter, come home, bring another scooter out, ride that scooter. But the 7260 has so much 60 amp hours. It's 50% bigger than any of my other scooters. I've been able to do like 50-mile shifts out there, just stay out there for 8 hours straight. I did that a couple times. So I was out there on the 7260. I was basically I was getting onto the scooter, and I thought the scooter was in mode 1 or mode 2, which had like gentle acceleration. So that means like I can hit the throttle, put one foot on it, and slowly bring the other foot up to the deck. I accidentally had it up in like mode 3. I don't want to say I don't know how that happened, but it happened because you turn the scooter on and off with a key fob. You turn it off with a key thing, which I thought was amazing. Like a remote, I was really getting used to that. When you turn it off, you turn it off at the control panel. Just press the off button. But when you turn it back on, it resets your mode back down to like walking mode or 0. So you got to turn it on, press the up button like 3 times to get to 2. 1, 2, 3. And I think I must have pressed it 4 times. I just pressed it one additional time, which normally wouldn't be a problem that it's in a higher gear. That's why this is like a freak accident. So I'm standing next to the scooter. I could probably show it to you best on this. Whoa, oh, it's gonna be so. I'm standing here, this is my bad arm. I reach out for it. I reach out for the handle. I can't even show you. But basically, I'm standing next to it. I'm just getting ready to go from one foot to the other. And I put my hand, I throttled it like I normally would, because I can like sort of throttle and put my foot up at the same time. And the scooter was pulled away from me at unbelievable speed. That's the thing about the 7260. Not only the high voltage and the big battery, but it's got the bigger tires. So when this thing accelerates, it just grips the ground. So I kind of did a version of whiskey throttling in it where I guess I hit the throttle, it pulled forward really fast, pulled my arm straight, and I should have just let go, but I didn't let go. I held on. I never let go of the scooter, and it pulled my shoulder right out of the socket. And I knew when it happened that it was really bad. Um, and when I was walking home, it was kind of slipping out of socket. So I know it's like a very bad tear. I have like what's called a labrum tear and a couple other things. So I consider it a freak accident. I really do. It's not going to stop me from delivering again. I want to get back on the scooters. Having all this time off, it's not fun. It was fun for about 2 weeks. It's like when like anything ends, like a relationship or a job. The first couple of weeks, I don't know about you, but I kind of feel like, oh, I don't have to do the work of this job, this relationship, whatever it is. But then like 2 weeks go by, and you're like, oh shit, what this sucks. But this is what it is. I'd like to I'm pretty good at seeing the big picture. I'm staying in good spirits. Again, I can't tell you how great it is to be like playing poker online. I turned $100 into like almost $1,200, and now I'm like pulling money out to pay bills with it a little bit. But I feel like thank God there's some online poker available in the U.S. Thank God they have sit and goes, because that's really the style that I specialize in. But it's worse things. Worse, I'm going outside. I've been hiking the neighborhood, making sure that I'm like breaking a sweat every single day. Like every other night, I go down to Hollywood Boulevard and I get like pick up my ice cream or whatever I need. What I need. Life is still good. But Andreas, yeah, let's FaceTime tonight. Linderman says, "Frick, was this caught on video?" No, I don't. I mean, it might have been, because every building has cameras, right? But it's not like I wasn't put in an ambulance. I didn't call the police. Um, but the interesting thing is, here in California, we have a pretty easy policy on. I am going to get some compensation from DoorDash since I was on the job. I'm going to get like half of what my average salary was for like the duration of like probably at least 6 months. So I'll probably be getting like $1,000 a month from DoorDash, um, probably starting like next month. So hopefully that'll work pretty good. That'll help. But I'm living very cheaply, so I have a little bit of savings. I have at least some network of friends to help me if I need it. Yeah, the picture is much better now. I turn the camera around. Hey, what's up, T Nick? How you doing? I'm pretty good. I'm just chilling with you guys at this point. I am going to Chexologist says it's like 3 horses pulling on your shoulder at the same time with that many watts of power. Theo D, how you doing? Says, wishing you speedy recovery, my friend. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Chax, you're right. Because what it is like this thing fucking just it gripped the ground and pulled. And when your arm is at full extension like this is when your shoulder is in like the weakest position. Imagine if like you had your elbow tucked in, like you're going to use your lats of your upper back. When you're like this, your delt is just fucking like, I mean, it was a freak accident. Absolute. I mean, of all the types of accidents to have, I'm trying not to get down on myself, because I feel like, man, it's stupid. It's just totally my fault. There's an alternate timeline somewhere where this didn't happen and I'm just doing deliveries and everything is fine. But I'll make a good comeback. It'll be good for the channel too. The channel loves comeback videos. I hope you guys are liking the videos that I've been posting that are a little bit old. The algorithm is kind of hit or miss with those. I actually have a whole bunch of shorts coming out pretty soon. I want to pump up the subscriber base a little bit, and the only way to do that nowadays is through shorts. Yeah, Chax, your workplace has 60% paid short-term disability in case of injury. That's pretty good. I mean, I'm lucky I'm getting anything. Is when you're a DoorDash driver, no matter what the language of the law is, we're still independent contractors. But California, we get like benefits kind of sort of like we're employees, which I guess is great. So I'll take it. It's not really like a lot or anything, but I'll take it. I'm going through the process now to get that shit approved. Yeah, I like that analogy though, Chax. It's like three horses pulling on your shoulder at the same time with many watts of power. That's true. So Tina says, yes, I love all the videos. They keep my mind busy when bored. I live by myself. Yeah, I'm glad you like the videos. I mean, I hope people are out there using my channel like I watch tons of poker, and I will also watch, like, there's some channels that I really like that are like sci-fi channels. I really like Quinn's Ideas. If you want to watch a really good channel about he talks about sci-fi books and movies, but more like hardcore books or movies based on kind of hardcore books. He's not doing like Pacific Rim review videos. I don't think he is, but Quinn's Ideas is really good. But yeah, I like that. But I watch like a lot of online poker, and oftentimes I'll just leave it running in the background. And I like to think some of y'all are out there falling asleep to the sound of my delivery videos or Wilshires delivery videos because I mean I watch a ton of YouTube. Like I don't even pay for any channels at all. I might get a channel for a week, but I always cancel the subscription. I really just use YouTube. I don't even have Netflix. I've actually been thinking about getting Hulu though. I don't want to get Hulu. Yeah. Linderman Linderman talking about accidents says, I know that feeling, like it happened so fast, it's stupid. Just want to go back on it. Just a quick rewind, pre-accident, LOL. Yeah, I mean, it is a weird thing. Like you do wish, you could go back in time right to that moment and just like do it right. But I'm getting old, so I guess I'm getting a little complacent. That's the thing I always say about these scooters. What really fucks you up most is confidence. I don't think it was really confidence that caused this accident. So I really feel like this was just a freak accident. The torque on this scooter, unbelievable. It's insane. But all my big scooters have that crazy kind of torque. It's something I should be used to. And I mean, now at this stage, I'm just worried about surgeries. I've never had surgery, but I have talked to the orthopedist. We agreed we're doing surgery October 28th. We have like a pre-surgery appointment, and then I guess we schedule it. And I've been watching videos of what they're going to do, and it's not going to be good. They basically go in there, they clean up all the cartilage and everything, and then they drill holes in like in like the balls and socket part, and they like sew it together basically. So like I don't really know how the fuck that shit works, but it's gonna have to happen. The thing that's keeping me like up about it is when I read recovery stories of this type of surgery, this type of problem. It's always athletes, like a pitcher or a football player talking about how, yeah, 6 months later I was better than new. The doctor did tell me though that because of my age, especially, assuming everything goes well, what'll probably definitely happen is like my overhead mobility will probably be screwed up a little bit, and my reaching behind me mobility will be screwed up a little bit. But that's fine because I can't live with the way this thing is. It's like barely in the socket. So but I'm mostly nervous about the anesthesia process. Like I get fucking dizzy and nauseous at the dentist from that type of anesthesia, and I'm not into needles. It is what it is. Andres, my good friend, saying the doctors do this surgery often. You'll be fine. I appreciate it. Cringe Lord the Third says, you said you were going to send me a scooter as a gift. Where did I say that? Fur Hat, how you doing, Fur Hat? You have an Onvo RX-8 scooter, 10,000 watt. That's pretty cool. Texologist says there's one big sci-fi movie coming this winter that will require me to take my scooter out to New Jersey to see it on the best premium format. Hey, what's up, Retro Shaver Dude? How you doing? Yeah, I am dying to get on the Daytona. What's up, Apple No Phone? This is the Cruiser V2 right here. Um, there's definitely new people coming in. Good to see you, Apple No Phone. Never. I don't remember your name. I remember you, Cringe Lord the Third. Yeah, I did not think I'm going to send you a scooter. Texologist, what movie are you talking about? I've been seeing the bad reviews for Tron, and I'm a big Tron guy, from the original to the newer ones. And I do want to see the new one, but it's like I just can't rationalize spending the money for the theaters. Like you don't have to wait that long. You'll be able to get it on one of the channels that call you pay for. Like you can get it on fucking YouTube. You can stream it for like $4. But I don't really necessarily want to go to a movie if I know the movie's not that good. They say that the special effects are amazing. Linderman says, just get a linebacker to sack it in the shoulder, put it back in place. It's an interesting thing. Like the way it is, like it's in place, but the connective tissue from like the ball and at the ball and socket, the labrum, there's like not much there. So like if I reach or twist it the wrong way, it feels like it could pop back out. It feels unstable, and it's definitely starting to hurt too the longer I wait. So It is what it is. I'll be doing the live stream the day after the surgery, probably, or I'll be fucking high on fucking painkillers, I guess. I'm really going to try to get away with not really using painkillers or going very, very light on them because I don't know if they actually really work. Aubrey Bush, how you doing? Says, yeah, I'm rewatching Aubrey Bush old school. I'm rewatching the original Tron. I'm going to go see the new one just for the visuals. Story is said to be not great. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah, Aubrey, it's good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Apple No Phone. Yeah, the Emove Cruiser V2. It does have super long range. I was getting 40-mile shifts on it for deliveries, and I've said it before. For deliveries, it is actually kind of like my favorite scooter because it's easy to manipulate. It's light. You can bring it into the buildings easier. It's easier to tie up, and it's got split rim tires too. Since I've done all my tire changes myself, I actually just put air in all my scooter tires. That's another thing for long-term maintenance, kind of the general, but we haven't talked about it. The theme of the video is because I'm not going to be riding for a couple of months, so I'm going to basically my scooters. They're not being stored. They're in the same place they always are in my fucking living room. And but you don't want to store them with the 100% battery. So I'm going to put the ones that have 100% battery, and we're going to put it on like autopilot and run off some miles. Not a lot though, just a little bit. I don't want to go crazy with it, but I do want to reduce the battery on some of these scooters that are going to be sitting around. Apple No Phone says, yeah, this definitely goes 40 in top gear. But as a disclaimer, with this type of battery, the second you're at like 90%, you're going to go lower than 40. Only like the super high end scooters or the super big ones will the batteries perform well as it loses power, as it loses amp hours. So, for example, like this is a 7240, the Hooga Daytona. That scooter probably down to 20 amp hours it still performs almost as good as it does with 40 amp hours. But on these cruisers, whatever it is, these types of batteries, at 100% charge, you can get 44 on this. I got a little bit above 40. I've seen video of people getting 44. But the second you're at like 90 or even 80% battery, then your top speed is going to be like 37, 38, 39. And as the battery gets lower, like when you're down to 50% battery, your top speed is going to be 35, which is still fine. I have a lot of knowledge actually of like taking the Cruiser V2 on these long shifts because I definitely maxed this thing out. So if I get off of there, hey monkey, no, I'm trying to drink my coffee. But you kind of I think with scooters, range estimates are like such a big part of the business. But I really think it's such a unique thing based on how much you weigh, how you ride, what your terrain is like, how hilly or not it is. You just got to get your scooter and teach yourself what your range is. I know if I put this scooter in first gear, I get 40 miles range. If I want to drive it in second gear, I'll get 30 miles range. So simple as that. And there's little quirks to other vehicles, like on my Mantis X, my bike, which I love. Can't wait to get back on that thing. That bike, when you're low on battery, you have to actually put yourself up into a higher gear to get any acceleration. The lower you can keep it in like the lowest gear for 80% of the battery, and you'll get like up to 50 miles per hour. But as it gets below 20%, below 30% really, you actually have to put it up into a higher gear. Otherwise, it does this thing where in the lower gear with low battery, it'll barely fucking move. So there's all these like little quirks and everything you need to learn about your own battery. What are you doing, monkey? What are you looking for? Stupid fucking dog. Yeah, cheers to you, Aubrey. Mr. Clark, last time I did my shoulder, the doctors gave me nitrous oxide and yanked it back in. That was an experience. Yeah, I believe it. This is not my first time actually dislocating a shoulder. This shoulder's always been kind of crunchy and kind of a little bad. Because when I was 19, I dislocated this shoulder. So, but that was like more of like a common dislocation, I guess, where it did hurt for a long time, but it came back, and I'm able to like push forward as hard as I can, push above my head. But this dislocation was way more severe. What's the little guy doing? What are you doing? This one's just a little more severe. So surgery, I'm not excited about it, but what can you fucking do? Linderman says, we love Bishop. You want to come sit on my lap, boy? Come here, come on. Say hello to the hello. Yeah, he's a good boy. I mean, it is funny, like, those of you guys have been really with me for a while now. I lost 2 dogs this year. Both my pit bulls died. They were old. You can feel bad for them and for me, but they were old. And my dogs get an amazing life. They get all dogs really want is you to be home, right? And I'm home a lot more than other people, and my dogs get a lot of attention. So, but this dog, he was never really bonded with the other dogs. You know, my dogs never really played with each other. They are, the way I describe it is, some dogs are just like more people dogs. Like my dogs, my pit bulls, and this dog here, these are they're people dogs. Especially this guy. My buddy Jason came over when he returned the Hooga the other day. He came with his girlfriend, and oh my God, he was over. He was all over the two of them. He loves people. He's a good little dog. But anyhow, he's fine by himself. I don't think I want to. Yeah, maybe can I make a thumbnail like this? Chestnut. There we go. Oh fuck. Sorry guys. What the fuck I did? What the fuck? I'm trying to snap a thumbnail for this fucking video off this fucking screen here. I don't know why this is not fucking working. There we go. Bishop is fucking cute. But yeah, we're doing fine. I mean, it's a rough year. Lost a job, dogs, all this other shit. But we're doing good. Yes, Captain Bufo. I am pretty sure this is going to be arthroscopic surgery. Yeah. Apple No Phone send is the range good on the Hooga? I know it's fast, but I figured to ask. Yeah. Jason driving like 40 miles per hour and faster, got 30 miles range. You can kind of estimate range on scooter. I can estimate range on scooters for you by how much you weigh, the voltage and amp hourage of the scooter, and the terrain. So, ooh, thank you, Kevin L. Holy shit, with the $20 super chat. That's like $1 million in my world around here. I really appreciate that. Kevin L., thank you very much. Out of nowhere, dropping the $20 super chat. That goes a long way, man. I really appreciate it. You're gonna make me cry. I haven't even been begging for my. I don't panhandle for super chats as much on. And I got it dislocated. Mid Atlantic Rock and Metal shows. How are you? DoorDash, door trash from one order in an hour. Smack my head. Oh, the market is weak. I saw Eddie the Courier today. Actually, he's doing a project for me. We're working on it together, and he said DoorDash is busy around here. He says he's getting a lot of orders, and but yeah, I feel like I hate like not using the app. Actually, I worry you can get like deactivated for not working. I feel like I should call them and tell them I'm coming back or something. But I got like 12,000 deliveries on the app. Chexologist says e-scooters today would seem like sci-fi for the mid to late 2000s. Never thought I'd ever own one when I was a teenager. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I remember like when you're a young kid, you see motorcycles and you're like, I wish I had a motorcycle. Like I grew up in a neighborhood in Jersey that was like part suburbs, but part also like rich farm kids, as the best way to describe it. I lived in Marlboro. The town next to me was Colts Neck. You know, Colts like a horse, right? But those kids were more like rugged, and their parents would let them ride like little mini dirt bikes, you know, and like I used to see that shit at like 10, 11, 12, 13. And my parents would never ever let me touch that. I did have one friend, Jay Reinstein, that had one. I got on the back of it once. We crashed. It was terrible. But um, but yeah, as a kid, I could never would have imagined like they'll make a stand. I didn't never rode stand up scooters, but think about like the typical like Suron kid that you look at that's 14, 15, or 16. I would have loved to have a vehicle like that at that age. Like you live in the suburbs, especially, you have no mobility. You can't go anywhere without a car. Man, you have Suron in New Jersey. You're fucking golden. You have a lot of dirt bikes there, Teaneck. Yeah, dirt bikes. It's like I was never allowed to fuck with those things. Again, thank you very much, Kevin L, for the super chat. I feel like I should be canvassing for super chats more. Really nice of you, man. $20. That's a big one, and I really appreciate it because my fucking YouTube check is in the dumps. I do miss one thing that I was doing for a while that was going pretty good was I was streaming DoorDash, like just live stream non-VOROMOTORS podcast streaming, and man, I get a lot of donations doing that. Like, I miss all that stuff, guys. I can't wait to come back. Chexologist says the Tron movie was mediocre with great visuals. Avatar Fire and Ash this winter will trumpet not only on visuals but everything else. Yeah, I haven't seen all the avatars. I've only seen the first one, right? I haven't even seen. Is there three of them now, or there two? I've only seen the first one. The sound is good, vegan cookies, or is it bad? Let me see here. Did I fuck it up? My mic's still on. It's still on, right? Mic's still on. Testing, testing, testing. Fuck. Alrighty. Andrew DNG Maestro. His name is Bishop. I know people think of like a religious bishop, but my dogs were named. Okay, the sound is okay now. Oh yeah, I see how the sound is cutting in now. What the fuck? Oh no. Why is my fucking sound not working? Testing, testing. Oh no. Guys, is the sound bad on your side too, or is it just me over here? We were doing so good too. What the fuck happened? I can pull the mic if I need to. Okay. There's something wrong. Mic. But is the sound bad, guys, for everybody? So now I'm just going to be, at least I have, I know the mic on the camera should work. I pulled it. Maybe it's my fucking internet. Alrighty, what the fuck is going on? Maybe it's my internet. The sound was good. Should I put it back in? I can put it back in, Dom. I'm not hearing anything on my end. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with my end. The InMotion RS did have issues, Andrew, but the InMotion RS 2.0 addressed the main issue with the motor cable wire and the app. I did really good with mine though. Now there's no sound, huh? Fuck. Oh shit. Oh, I think we're back. That's weird. I don't know. I can't fucking hear. I can't hear myself though. What's wrong with this? You can hear me, Linderman, right now. The problem is my messages are. What the fuck? Why? I can't believe I can't fucking. There is sound. That's weird. I'm not hearing it on my end. Alrighty. Well, if there is sound, I'm going to plug us back in. Relax, monkey. All right, do we have sound, guys? Testing, testing, testing. Do we have sound? Last time. And then what I need to do is I need to I need to put this scooter up on the rack and we're going to run miles on it. Doesn't look good. Oh, sound is good. Okay. Thank you, Linderman. Sound is good. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting maybe my laptop is just the battery's dying or something. But all right, you know what we need to do, by the way, is this was the main thing what I wanted to do. Is let me put this mic back on me. I want to run some miles off this Cruiser. I have to. I can't store it like this. It's not good. So give me a second. All right, so I don't know. I'll set this up so you guys can see it. I'm gonna run some mileage off this fucking Cruiser, so I don't store it with a full battery. Get this out of here. All right. They definitely got to be careful doing this. Sound is good, guys? Sound is good. You got to be careful doing this. Just say, I have it on like autopilot and I'm just running off some miles. See? I have it in second gear. It's going 30 miles per hour. I don't want to go, there's no reason to like max it out. I'm doing this just to get the battery down a little bit. I don't have to get it down a lot. It's already down to 99%. But yeah, I'm going to be, I won't be riding this for a couple months. I want to, for long-term storage, I'm just running down the battery. I keep Bishop out of here though. Pretty interesting. I probably should do it with my InMotion RS as well. Vegan cookies, good reviews. I got that lift off Amazon, of course, right? Really, it's a cheap one, but it's a good one. Obviously, it's a manual one. I have to sit there and pump it with my left arm. Linderman says without ground resistance, it's going to take a long time. Really, you don't think the miles will come? It'll burn the battery? Well, that's down 2% so far. We're getting there. Yeah, it's interesting. I'd imagine you're right though. If you're not actually riding it, the battery's not working as hard. I figure I'll just do this for like 5 minutes. Maybe I'll even just leave this here and then do it a little more. I don't know if this is like good for the scooter, but it's pretty interesting. Definitely like kind of another test. I miss riding the scooter. Super easy scooter to ride. Fit the box right on the front. I've been driving this scooter since 2018. Not this one, but this model. That's a pretty cool picture right there with the Daytona and the Cruiser. I call the Daytona is the new kid on the block. The Cruiser is the legend. It is taking a long time, Linderman. Now it's stuck at 2%. I just want to get it down a little bit anyhow. You can do more a little bit at a time. Sounds pretty good though. Guess we hear it. Be quiet, huh? Gotta keep an eye on these bolts on the scooter though. Check that shit regularly before I go out. Hopefully just the front one, back ones are fine. 90 more seconds, guys, or we're just going to call it a podcast. So, again, this is just a lesson in storing your scooter, especially since it's winter coming up for a lot of you guys out there. You don't want to store with a full battery. Apparently, you do that for a whole season. You come back to the scooter and the scooter potentially not turn on. 97%. Maybe I'll just do this like a little bit at a time. We're going to go for like another full minute, and then we're going to call it a day. Yes, the Daytona Aubrey probably does weigh 172. It is a fucking giant scooter. It is a burly, burly scooter. I mean, the deck, I mean, you can see like how fucking big the deck is on this. Big the battery is. This piece is just gigantic. This is insane. Insane big front forks. These tires are fucking huge. Yeah, it's heavy. It's not made to be light, that's for sure. 20 more seconds. We took 3% up the battery. I'd like to get a little bit lower, but I don't want to sit here forever doing this. Is the brand for the lift Vevor, VEVOR? I'll look at it. I don't think it's his name on it. It's pretty generic, and you just got to look for like hand crank lifts. You know, they have better ones that are just automatic, but this is just the cheapest one. But it works really good. It's almost like it's made for these types of scooters. All right. Now this is the Cruiser V2. You stop the fucking cruise control. Fucking space what it's called. You stop the cruise control by just hitting the brakes here, and that stops it. So that was pretty good. We took off 3%. All right. So again, really just an effort in a lesson on how to store ever ride under wet conditions. Thank you, Linderman. I'm glad you had enjoyed the stream. You're gonna go out on your Cruiser S, go for it, man. But yeah, just if you want your scooter to last a long time, you got to take care of the battery. You too, Don Scott. You have a good evening as well. Got to take care of the battery. Don't leave it fully charged, and for long periods of time, for a week or so is fine. And what I do with my scooters is I always charge them right after every shift because I know I'm going to be back on the scooter within the next day or the next week. But since I'm going to be out of action for a couple months, I'm just trying to get good policies going here on the batteries. Alrighty, my friends, another VOROMOTORS podcast in the books. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I'll be back definitely on Sunday. See you then.